I thought I would get on here this morning and address a video I put on my Facebook by Elliot McDavid out in Alberta talking about the wildfires that are out there. Scary stuff is all I can say. It's very scary stuff. It looks to me like they've been set deliberate. I lived in Alberta for a long time, and when I was there, they did get wildfires, but never 70 at once. And they generally happened later in the year, July, August, June, July, the hotter months. And it's only early May, and so it's a travesty. I can tell you something right now. I believe that those fires were started intentionally. And the reason I believe it is because Alberta is a stronghold province. It always has been. There's a lot of fight out there. All right. And they know this. And they know that they're going to have to do something eventually to tackle Alberta. So why not set all these fires and try and burn them out? That's what I would do if I was a tyrant. Right. And let's face it. We're being overrun by tyrants in this country. And that's why I'm saying right now that it's beyond time, is because it's beyond time that we get off our asses and stand up and do something about it. How long and how far are you willing to let this go? Is what I'm saying. How long and how far are you willing to let this go? And I'm going to talk some tough talk today because it's needed. The hell with your mortgage, the hell with your work, the hell with your pension, the hell with your money. It's all going to disappear. Okay, do you not understand that? They're coming for everything. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is that you got the coolions, Italian word, to stand up to them. A lot of people talk the talk and say, well, when digital ID comes and CBDC is a digital currency, I won't do it. Well, that's easy to say, but do you really mean that you won't do it? Are you going to? Because I know a lot of people talked about the shots that way. I won't do it, but they did. Right? They did. Because it's the easy thing to do. Standing up to tyrants is the hard thing to do. You know, can you at least think about your relatives? Think about the generations that came before you and how they were willing to muster the courage to carve out a living in the wilderness when there was nothing here. All that was here was trees and Indians, which is disgraceful in itself. What happened to the beautiful Indian people? But anyway, we got to do something, guys. There's no more time to sit around. Something has to be done. There's got to be a plan formulated. Something has to be done. We have to stand up to these tyrants. We can't let them continue on doing whatever the hell they want just because they want to do it. Right? Like I said to you, how long are you willing to let this garbage go on for? At some point, something's got to be done. Right? And I'm not talking violence, but I'm talking about defending yourself if you are attacked. And absolutely, you have the right. You have the universal right to defend yourself if you're being attacked. Let me tell you, you don't need a piece of paper to prove it. The fact that you're here and you're in their way is enough proof. And remember something, carbon reduction. Your body's made of carbon. The carbon they're trying to reduce is you. Okay? You can go and read all about that stuff if you want. Dig into it a little deeper. Agenda 2030, right? Sustainable Development Goals for the free world. King Charles, the supposed king, the monarchy, which is illegitimate in its own self, are talking about a date of September 18th to the 21st to meet with the WEF and to discuss moving the agenda forward at a rapid pace. Agenda 2030, 15-minute smart cities, digital IDs, prison. That's what it is. You're going to live in a cell. You're going to live in an 8x4 cell the rest of your life and be dictated to everything you do. You have to ask permission for. Not allowed to go outside of 15 minutes around your little prison cell, even if they let you outside, which there's no guarantees, right? It may keep you locked up until they decide to get rid of you, right? That's what they got planned, All right, I'm not trying to scare you, but that's the reality. I will not live with my head in the sand like a damn ostrich. I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. I don't care if you like it. I'm hoping you don't like it, and it disturbs something inside you, and you lose sleep over it. That's what I hope happens. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what are you going to do? Are you going to rise up and help free yourself? Or what are you going to tell your kids when they ask you what you did? You know, oh, I went to a couple rallies. Well, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mom, for going to a few rallies. What did it do for me? Nothing. Look where we are now. I can't even go fishing, right? Can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. That's what they want. Checkpoints all over the place. You know, go look at that show, that movie, Red Dawn. And there's a couple of them. If you want to know what the future is going to hold here shortly, if we don't get off our asses and do something. Right now, you guys should be meeting in secret with all your friends without cell phones and talking about what you're going to do and start formulating some plans to get people together, unify the country. There's way more of us than there is of them. Remember that. We outnumber them by a huge margin. Huge. We just have to find the courage within ourselves to do the scary thing. And there's all kinds of people that are going to be right there with you, right? And are right there with you. So you're not going to be alone. Don't ever think that. You're not going to be alone. Remember, God's with us. I really believe he is, because he's opening doors at an alarming rate. He's opening doors in the last month. I can't even tell you how many doors he's opening, allowing us to get access. The reason why is because he wants to see his people out of bondage. He wants to see the return of God in our lives, in our schools, in our institutions. That we they're doing everything in their power to remove God from everything, right? That's the problem. That's a part of the problem. That's why evil's been allowed to flow where it's been flowing, and it's coming in at an alarming rate. And you guys know what I'm saying is truth. I'm not trying to sugarcoat nothing for nobody, and I won't. I'll tell everybody my truths, right? And then what I feel to be true. And I do have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And I do ask for his guidance, and I do ask for his help, and I do pray to him. Absolutely 100% I do, and will continue to do. Because without him, I'm nothing. I can't do anything on my own, and I just can't. You know, I'm a capable man still, but without him, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm asking my friends and my family in the United States and Canada to rise up and start getting your tribes together and start getting ready for what's to come, okay? Because we're going to have to do something, like I said. We're going to have to rise up and show these monsters that we mean business. And I mean in a real way. And I'm not preaching violence. I'm just saying we're going to have to show them that we're not going to be taken lightly. We're not going to go down that dark path lightly, okay? It's going to be difficult for them. Did you see in France, they've taken control of the banks down there. They've taken control of the money trading establishments. They're walking right in there with torches and pitchforks, right? Yeah, I like that idea, COVID warrior. Add rise to your YouTube names. Rise up. Jesus is the way. Learn about his walk on the earth. They strung him up for the truth. Yeah, they're always going to string people up for the truth, because that's the one thing people hate the most is the truth. Because with the truth comes consequences, and it comes with sacrifice and hardships. And you really got to look at yourself, and you got to maybe realize that everything that you know and been taught over the last 50 years of your life, or whatever amount of time you've been on this planet, has been a lie. Why do you think that the 1% are able to stay in charge and the 99% are not able to stay in charge? There's a reason. You know what the reason is, guys. You know what it is. They've got all these back doors sewn up. They have all these mechanisms in place to keep you in debt slavery, working your job 9 to 5, coming home exhausted. And most people work 2 or 3 jobs now. I talked to a lady an hour ago in Ontario. She's got 3 jobs. Imagine how tired she is at the end of a week. If she gets 1 day off a week, she'd be lucky. And that's all on purpose. And the reason they do that is because they don't want you thinking about your freedom and about how bad things are. And they don't want you talking to your neighbors and trying to figure things out, right? Because they know that many minds that get together can cause action. And it only takes one person to strengthen a room. I've seen it. I've walked into a room that was faltering, and one strong individual walked in there, man, and the whole place lit up. That energy got transferred. And I don't believe in New World Order or in all this New Age nonsense and whatever, and chakras and all that, but I do believe in frequency. And there is such a thing as a frequency, and you bring it with you everywhere you go. And if it's positive energy, it's positive. If it's negative, it's negative. But there is a frequency, and that does play a factor in everything. So anyway, that's all I really got to say. Watch Alberta closely, guys. There's an aerial view you can go on there and see from up way up high over Alberta, all these fires burning out of control. Thousands of hectares on fire right now. Just unbelievable. And all of it, in my opinion, set on purpose with a goal in mind, right? You're going to wait until they burn you out before you do something? Just asking. Anywhere, you guys know I love all of you. And I come to you and I speak to you from my heart in the form of peacemaker. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. Okay? Ask yourself, what are you going to do if you don't have freedom? How are you going to live? Anyway, cheers. Peace out.